Hello traders out there in Traderland, D7 here with Grok Trade. Welcome aboard. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe if you like the information that we're going to be delivering to you. I'm here in my Tampa, Florida office in the Sykes building, downtown Tampa Bay, Florida. And we're going to get into some technical analysis. The thing we're going to look at first, though, guys, is the S&P 500, the SPDR ETF, exchange traded fund. The SPDR, the S&P 500 is 500 blue chip companies, the biggest companies in the U.S. And I think it's, how many sectors, 12 or 16? Tell me if you know how many sectors are in the S&P 500 down below. Extra bonus points for you who do that. All right, taking a look here. We had an explosive couple weeks to the upside. Now, pause here for a second. Go watch my last video from 2 weeks ago. I want you to go to 5 minutes in, 30 seconds. So 5 minutes, 30 seconds in, and listen to the call that I made saying that if we broke out of that pin, it'd get really bullish, it'll pop up, it'll pull back, and then rally. That's what the S&P did. We came up, we popped up, we pulled back, and we rallied higher. Precisely what we thought would happen if, in fact, it broke higher. Now, let's look at what's happened or what we think may be happening coming into the future. All right, the S&P 500, if you notice that we're looking at a line chart, all the lines that we're going to be looking at, or all the charts we're going to be looking at, are line charts for this particular video to help you guys see what's going on. We had this bullish type setup, but if you guys remember, and I think I did it at 4 minutes and 45 seconds into my last video, that I said because we had these gap downs run up that were buying formations at the bottom that we could go bullish. Okay, 4 minutes and 45 seconds in my last video I talked about this, and then 5 minutes and 30 seconds in I talked about popping up, pulling back, and running again. Now, we have had a big run to the upside. Can it continue to run? Yes, but my big concern here is this last swing high. This swing high, where last time we had buyers or buyers turn into sellers and sellers take control, was back here in the beginning of June. Okay, beginning of June. We're going to be here at the beginning of August again, and the question is, will we want to take a breath and pull back? I think so. We'll pull up, up, up in this area somewhere, a little higher maybe, or maybe a little lower, and then pull back. And the question will be, will these trend lines hold? I think there's a pretty good chance of those holding and then rallying back to the upside and maybe making new highs right here. Because what we're trying to do is get to this major trend line up here, which is above the 200-day moving average, which is this line right here. Now, if I come over and look at this as a major line that comes down there, that's what we're trying to get to. But we need to stay above this trend line right here. We got to stay above that trend line for us to get to this trend line. And then the question is, will that trend line hold or will we break through? It's a big question. So in the comments, I want everybody to give me your opinion. History shows that we are in a recession when you have 2 consecutive quarters that retrace or retract or go negative. We have had that. We've had 2 consecutive quarters here in the US that have retraced or retracted or gone negative. We have that. So we're in a defined recession. However, there are other indicators out there, such as the job market. There's 1 million plus jobs out there for people to get. There is a surplus of jobs over people that will fill those positions. And even though we have softened up in the housing market, it's still relatively strong. My question to everybody here, put your opinions down there. Where are we economically in the marketplace now? Are we in a recession? Not in a recession, but don't just say we are or aren't. You can, but give me a reason why you believe that we are or are not in a recession. I want you guys to engage with each other. Go into respectful debates with one another. Do that. Iron sharpens iron. Let's all become more aware and more educated. Let's help one another in this Grok community. Now, that said, let's get into the technicals. I'm gonna look at the diamonds. The diamonds, big rally up. We went up, 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 a pullback, rally. We have a major swing high up there. We'll get to it. I think we'll have sellers that will come in there. The NASDAQ, here's the text, guys. We broke a major trend line, and we actually broke that swing high. So what's interesting here, guys, is I think we have a chance, because techs have actually broke this trend line, that the rest of the markets will follow and also break that trend or that resistance line. Okay, I think there's a really good chance of us actually getting to it and maybe going higher than that, just because of what I'm seeing there. But let's see what the small caps have done on the daily. Small caps haven't got there yet. We broke these two trend lines, really powerful, but we're starting to roll over there. You can see that there. But I think we'll get to this area. Not only is this a swing high, there's another trend line there. It's a big one. So a lot of sellers will come in there. So that's something that we're watching for. Financials. How well are the financials doing here? We are so far from that last swing high. A lot of space to go. But can we rally higher? Maybe. Gold on the daily, if you look here, major resistance coming up on the daily chart. Major resistance. Silver. Major resistance with that trend line. Major resistance. We had the falling wedge breakout is what we were hoping for. We got that. Now we have that to contend with. Okay. VIX on the daily is at major support. Do you see this? Support. Bam! At support. Will we bounce? If we bounce, that means fear will increase and the markets will drop relatively soon. If we break down, that'd be great for the markets. Overall, the VIX is only at 21. 21 is a low number, okay, for us being in a recession. This is a low number. There's no fear out there to speak of. There's not a lot of fear right now. The fear can come in, and it can come in aggressively. You got to watch for that. We're at major support on there. Quick look Bitcoin on the daily. I'm going to go into the weeklies and monthlies here. Big information I'm getting ready to share with you. We are heading up. We have a big time bearish divergence on the daily chart on Bitcoin, and the same bearish divergence on Ethereum. So these are not I think we have a better chance of dropping soon than going higher. I'm not buy territory for me. Okay, not yet. Not buy territory. Now I'm going to go to the weekly charts to see, okay, we know what we're doing with the dailies. The dailies, we had nice runs. Are we going to pause and drop, or do we have more strength to go into next week? Very bullish. Let's see if the weeklies can give us any idea. Weeklies start off with the spiders. The thing that's important to me is the 20-week moving average. That's that blue line right here. You can watch my cursor, the blue line. The blue line acts as support, acts as resistance. We're right here. Will it act as resistance? It could, or it could blast through that. If it blasts through it, that's really good. And then it will have to get to that trend line. Will we do that on the weekly? Maybe next week we'll be really bullish up to this trend line, and then we retrace back. Hopefully we'll find support here and then blast through. If not, we'll go up to this trend line and we'll break down on the weekly, on the weekly chart on the S&P 500. The diamonds, this is the Dow 30 ETF. We're at major resistance. We're at major resistance and are above the 20-week moving average slightly. This is saying that we have a really good chance of dropping here. We'll have to watch that. NASDAQ, the Qs. We ticked higher, and I'll show you this to you. We barely got over resistance. You see this? That's why, because if I showed you a candlestick chart, you wouldn't be able to see it. But do you guys see that? It ticked higher. If I go to a candlestick chart, it's harder to see. It's like, did that go over? Did it not go over? I'm not sure. You do this, you know that it got over. That's really good. And we're over the 20 days. So watch the text. If the text continue higher, the rest of the markets will follow. That's only if small caps will follow. So let's see what small caps are doing. Small caps on the weekly is at this major swing. But we are above the 20-week moving average. Not too bad. But we're dealing with that swing high right now. Will we drop or will we go higher? It's a very pivotal time. This is an important moment. Next week is very important on if we're going to get some strength to blast through. If not, expect this week to sell off into these lower levels of support. Very important that we watch the techs and also the small caps. But financials are very important to me. Again, this is a weekly chart we're looking at. The weekly chart, guys, is trending higher. I like what I'm seeing here. I'm going to add a couple charts or lines here. We have a long ways to get to that swing high. I'm using TradingView. There's a link everywhere on our website and on the video in the description below. TradingView. There's a free version. Feel free to use it. And if you pay, they give me enough to buy me a coffee as a thank you. It doesn't cost you guys anything. They just give me a thank you for recommending you. So it's technically an affiliate link, but we don't make anything off of it. But anyway, we have this support line, and we're going higher. Again, this is the financials, the banks, really important. What's going to happen? But the 20-day moving average, look how we're way, way, way far away from that. But if you look at gold, we have this jab. We were down here. We got above it. That's really bullish, but we got major resistance right there. That's the question. What will happen when we get to that line? Silver, same thing. What will happen when we get to this line? Very, very important area for us to get to on the weekly chart. So the VIX on the weekly, we broke lower. This is really bullish for the markets for this to be breaking down. So I like what we're seeing here. We got major support coming up at around $20.70. 1980, I'd say 1966. Okay, it's a good year for some of you. I wasn't born yet, but that area could be an area of support. However, let me tell you, this right here will be a bad jab if we come back up immediately, getting back above this trend line. So if fear comes flying in next week and we go spiking back up, expect continuation of the markets dropping, because that will be a bad technical sign. Bitcoin is up on the weekly, and Ethereum is up on the weekly. Okay, now let's go to the monthly to see if we can get any ideas on what the big thing, because the month of July is over. It's in the books. It is done. And while I'm pulling this up, I will tell everybody it's been a very difficult time to trade in the markets. We have a lot of market indicators, I'd say the market influences that have come in, just crazy things with historic rate hikes that we're getting from the Fed. 75 basis points, and then 6 months later, another 75 basis points. Are you kidding me? We've never seen that any time in history, that rates being jacked up that aggressively. I think that was given the best chance to hold off inflation, because inflation was getting out of control. Next time we get a CPI, and if we see it ticking lower or at least stalling, the markets will respond very well to that, is what I predict. Now we're going to the monthly charts. Quick look here at the monthly. The monthly, everything is about the monthly, guys. The monthly is where it's all about. Monthly, we're in a downtrend. Lower swing highs, lower swing lows. We rallied up. We broke a major trend line. It jabbed and come up. That could be really bullish for the markets. This is the S&P 500, but we have the 20-month moving average as resistance and a major trend line. Guys, this area is hugely important. Will we get above and stay above that in August? It has to do that to stay bullish. It has to get above this level. So I would say we need to get above 422 on the spiders in August to close above that level to really feel like we have any hope of being bullish in this market, okay? I would say even 425. We need to get above that. 422, 423, 24, 25 area. We need to get above that and stay above that for the remainder of August, okay? So diamonds, quick look at that. We broke over a trend line, but the 20-month moving average still at resistance. That could be problematic. NASDAQ to Qs at major resistance on the trend line and the 20-month moving average. Everything is what's going to happen. This is a great area to sell into and to have a horrible, big, bearish August. That's what it's saying here, right? Let's see what the small caps are saying. The small caps said, nope, we're breaking the trend line, but we're not sure yet if we're going to break the 20-month moving average. So that's still in the works, and we have to see. But what's the financials say? The financials say, hey, we're just in a big symmetrical triangle. We broke this trend line, that's just good, and we're not even close to the 20-month moving average, meaning we have relative weakness on the financials, which is more in the bear camp than the bull camp, okay? So gold on the monthly broke down. That's no good. No good at all. Silver on the monthly broke down on a trend line. No good at all, but we do have support on a major trend line there. VIX on the monthly is really bullish because we broke a major trend line. We're heading down. If we get to that 2060 area, 2066 area, if we get down there, look for a bounce. on the VIX. Bitcoin is just, it's hooking, it's bouncing. It could bounce up a little more and drop. Ethereum bouncing right to a resistance point. Look for sellers to come back in. I don't think it's a buy time yet. So going back overall to the markets, what I want you to do is this. If your head is spinning right now, it's because I'm trying to go through it fast, because you have the ability to change the speed on this video and you're able to go back and re-watch it. What I would suggest you do, get a piece of paper, put dailies, weeklies, monthlies, and put on there up arrows and down arrows on the major indices. Give more credence or validity or value to small caps, techs, financials. Give more weight to those guys in whatever they're doing, predominantly on the weekly chart or monthly charts. Use that as the most value. Go to the weeklies to give it a value, but not as much as the monthlies. Then go to the dailies to give it value, but not as much as the weeklies, or definitely not the monthlies. Okay, in that order, and then you got to get a sense on direction and what's happening. Overlay that with the VIX, the fear indicator. That will give you a feel for the overall market sentiment of direction and what's going to happen. A little side thing. I did something really interesting new. If you go to Grok Trade, click on the Mentorship. Some people have heard me talk about it for years, and they don't want to jump on a call with us. That's fine. You know, who wants to jump on a call to learn about a product? Because we all hate being sold on anything. One, we don't market. Two, we're real traders first. Three, I have this cool decision tree video. So when you go there, you watch this little short video, and then however you answer the question, we'll give you another video, and however you answer the next question. The questions basically give you the information that you're most interested in, and that's customized to you as a trader. If you're a beginner trader, highly experienced trader, if you want to trade cryptos, or if you want to trade stocks, you know, yada, yada, yada. It's a really innovative way of doing it. Now, we're launching a new website, and it's going to be on the new website. I threw it on the current website just for my community here to look at it first. If you're remotely interested in just learning about the mentoring and having all the information given to you in a really concise format, go to groktrade.com, click on the Trading Mentor link, and look at that video, and you'll see me here in the office right here. And I'm doing it on my phone, and I'm just really casual, me talking about the mentorship in these little 2-minute videos. That's it. And anyway, I just want your feedback on that. If you like I just want some feedback. If there's any areas that were very influential, it's like, oh man, that was good. I'm really glad to know that. Send me an email at Des, D-E-S, that's my name, Des, D-E-S, at groktrade.com. Or if you think there's an area that's just kind of weak, it's like, man, that doesn't represent you guys well, or whatever the case. I'm just thinking, out loud here. Anything that you think could be tightened up, feel free to shoot me a personal email and give me that feedback, constructive criticism on that, because it's brand new. I haven't seen anybody else do this before, and I think if I wanted to learn something about something that somebody was offering, I don't want to have to jump on a call with them. Please let me watch some short videos. And I have it also where the text comes up where you don't even have to listen to me drone on and on. You can just read the text, and you can change the speed on it. You can go to 2 times and listen to me. It's not like a check mark is because I'm talking so fast. I'm getting all the information at lightning speed, and and now your 2-minute video is a 1-minute video, and you're getting overload with data on what the mentorship is about. So anyway, I'm just interested in that. But more importantly, what's important to me is if you guys give me your opinion on, are we in a recession? Are we not in a recession? And where do you see us going into the future in the markets, and why? What's your thoughts on that? And please engage with one another in there. And what I would really be interested for you guys who are Grok graduates, has been through our mentorship, put Grok grad and then give your opinion, because your opinion holds a lot more weight than others that may not be as educated as you guys are. Okay, so I'm really interested in you guys. If you see anybody that says Grok Grad and gives an opinion, just give it some more weight, and maybe listen to what's being said a little more intently than maybe some of the others. Just an idea. Okay, that's it. I gave you all this information in a 20-minute video. Thank you for being with us. Subscribe if you like this information, and we'll see you guys next time. See ya. Bye.